The glowing ring light of the livestream studio cast a warm, soft hue across Zhang Linghe's face as he settled comfortably into his chair, flashing his signature dazzling smile at the thousands of fans already flooding the chat. The comments scrolled by in a chaotic blur of hearts, questions, and enthusiastic greetings, creating a digital river of vibrant energy that filled the quiet room. Ling adjusted his microphone, clearing his throat playfully as he prepared to spend a relaxing evening chatting with the very people who supported him through every grueling drama shoot and late-night script reading. Tonight's broadcast was supposed to be a casual catch-up, a chance to unwind after weeks of intense filming schedules and endless promotional tours that had kept him constantly on the move. However, fandoms online are notoriously perceptive, always reading between the lines and turning the most mundane moments into international headlines within mere seconds. Whispers and theories had been swirling across social media platforms for days regarding his recent interactions, and the chatbox was already buzzing with teasing hints and knowing emojis. Ling, completely unaware of the specific storm brewing in the digital world, simply leaned back and chuckled at a particularly funny comment about his messy hair. As the viewer count steadily climbed into the hundreds of thousands, the conversation naturally drifted toward food, a topic Ling always approached with genuine, boyish enthusiasm. A fan asked him to name his ultimate comfort food, the one dish that could instantly lift his spirits no matter how exhausting the day had been. Without a moment's hesitation, Ling brightened up, his eyes sparkling as he described his absolute favorite meal with mouth-watering detail. He talked about spicy, sizzling hot pot, emphasizing the rich, fiery broth and the specific way the ingredients absorbed the bold flavors. He explained how nothing quite compared to the comforting warmth of a spicy meal when the weather outside turned chilly, rainy, or unpredictable. The moment the words left his lips, the livestream chat took on a wildly different energy, transitioning from casual hellos to a collective, synchronized gasp represented by rows of exclamation points and shock emojis. Longtime followers and eagle-eyed shippers immediately connected the dots, recognizing a very specific, highly publicized trait that belonged to none other than Tian Xiwei. Xiwei, his brilliant and lively co-star with whom he shared an undeniable on-screen chemistry and off-screen camaraderie, was famously known across the entire entertainment industry for her profound, almost legendary love for spicy food. The coincidence was striking, but the internet rarely believed in mere coincidences when it came to their favorite rising stars. Sensing the sudden shift in the chat's tone, Ling paused mid-sentence, his brow furrowing in mild confusion as he tried to read the frantic messages flying past at warp speed. "Wait, why are you guys spamming so many question marks?" he asked, tilting his head with a charming blend of innocence and curiosity. The chat responded by aggressively typing out Xiwei's name alongside fire emojis and rain cloud symbols, attempting to bridge the gap for him. Ling blinked, caught off guard for a split second before a knowing, slightly mischievous grin threatened to break across his face, though he quickly tried to maintain his composure. To make matters even more interesting, or perhaps more incriminating in the eyes of the internet detectives, the conversation seamlessly transitioned from food to the unpredictable weather currently sweeping through the city. Ling looked out the studio window, noting the sudden downpour of heavy rain beating against the glass and creating a cozy, atmospheric backdrop. He casually remarked that he actually adored this kind of rainy, moody weather, claiming it made him feel peaceful and inspired. For anyone else, it would have been a throwaway comment about meteorology, but to the dedicated fans tuned into the stream, it felt like a carefully dropped puzzle piece. Earlier that same week, Tian Xiwei had posted a vlog update where she explicitly stated her deep fondness for rainy afternoons and how they inspired her creative moods. The overlapping preferences were too specific to ignore, and the chat room exploded with absolute disbelief and excitement as fans connected Xiwei's interview quotes with Linghe's current statements. People began typing in all caps, declaring that the universe was actively conspiring to put the two actors together, while others playfully accused Ling of secretly adopting all of Xiwei's favorite things. The atmosphere in the livestream shifted from a simple fan chat into an interactive celebration of synchronized tastes and habits. Ling, realizing that he had accidentally stepped right into a fandom trap, let out a hearty laugh that echoed warmly through the studio speakers. He tried to defend himself, waving his hands dismissively while maintaining a playful glint in his eyes that did absolutely nothing to calm the suspicions. "Guys, you are reading way too much into this," he protested with a laugh, though his inability to suppress his smile only fueled the fire further. Can a guy not love spicy food and a rainy day in peace without everyone turning it into a romantic drama script? His denial, delivered with a hint of amusement, was treated by the chat not as a truth, but as the cutest confirmation possible. The internet, fueled by caffeine and shipping culture, wasted zero time capturing the exact timestamp of the broadcast, clipping the audio and video within minutes of it happening. Across Weibo, TikTok, and Twitter, hashtags dedicated to Linghe's accidental slip-up began trending globally, shooting straight to the top of the hot search lists. Fans dissected his tone of voice, the subtle pause he took before answering, and the way his expression softened whenever the conversation veered toward topics associated with his co-star. Analysis videos started popping up everywhere, comparing his statements side by side with old interview clips of Xiwei, creating an undeniable narrative of synchronized lifestyles. Back in the livestream, Linghe decided to lean into the chaos, realizing that fighting the tidal wave of shipping energy was entirely futile. He took a sip of his water, leaning closer to the camera as if sharing a deep, dark secret with his millions of viewers. "You all are entirely too smart for your own good," he teased, his dimples flashing as he offered a soft, knowing smirk. That single expression was all it took for the chat to completely lose its collective mind, sending virtual gifts and soaring view counts through the roof as the digital platform struggled to handle the traffic. As the minutes ticked by, the conversation slowly returned to normal, but the electric undercurrent of the food and weather match remained the central theme of the night. Linghe continued answering fan questions with his usual wit and charm, effortlessly navigating the playful teasing about his co-star without confirming or denying the internet's grand theories. There was a comfortable familiarity in the way he handled the situation, a silent testament to the countless hours they had spent working together on set, learning each other's quirks, preferences, and daily habits. Off-screen, the reality of their dynamic was built on a foundation of mutual respect, shared inside jokes, and countless meals eaten together. During grueling night shoots, when you spend months working side by side under high-pressure environments, your preferences naturally begin to bleed into one another, creating a unique bond that is hard to hide from observant eyes. Linghe's casual preference for spicy food wasn't just a random choice, it was a reflection of the culinary culture they had immersed themselves in together while filming their hit historical romance. Similarly, the rainy weather discussion brought back memories of long production delays where the cast and crew would huddle under giant umbrellas, sharing stories and waiting for the storm to pass so cameras could roll again. Those quiet, rainy moments between takes had fostered a deep emotional connection between Linghe and Xiwei, transforming them from mere colleagues into kindred spirits who understood the unique pressures of public life. When Linghe spoke about finding peace in the rain, he wasn't just talking about the weather outside, he was unconsciously referencing a shared sanctuary of calm amidst the roaring chaos of their booming entertainment careers. The livestream eventually came to an end with Linghe flashing a warm, parting wave to the camera and reminding everyone to stay safe in the rain and eat a good meal. As the screen faded to black, the digital world was left spinning in a frenzy of excitement, with the clip of his accidental reveal being shared millions of times across the globe. Entertainment media outlets immediately picked up the story, drafting sensational headlines about the undeniable sync between the two rising stars and how a simple food preference had captured the hearts of millions. For the production teams and directors who had worked with them, the public's reaction came as absolutely no surprise, as the undeniable chemistry between Linghe and Xiwei had been palpable from day one. On set, they were notorious for their effortless banter, often finishing each other's sentences and sharing snacks between takes with the easy grace of old friends. Crew members frequently whispered about how well they balanced each other out, Linghe's calm, grounding presence perfectly complementing Xiwei's fiery, infectious energy, creating a harmonious partnership that naturally translated onto the silver screen. In the days that followed, neither Linghe nor Xiwei made any formal statement addressing the viral livestream, opting instead to let the internet continue its passionate guessing game. Silence, in the realm of celebrity culture, often spoke louder than words, acting as a canvas upon which fans could paint their own romantic masterpieces. Every new photo shoot, brand endorsement, or public appearance was scrutinized down to the smallest detail, with fans looking for hidden matching items, subtle nods, or secret messages encoded in their designer outfits. Yet, beneath the glossy veneer of fandom obsession and media hype lay a very genuine, grounded human connection that had blossomed under the unforgiving spotlight of fame. Zhang Linghe was a man who valued authenticity, and his inadvertent slip-up during the broadcast was a rare glimpse into his unfiltered self, stripped of PR training and carefully scripted media responses. He was simply a guy enjoying his evening, sharing a piece of his reality with his fans, completely unaware of the massive tidal wave of affection his words would unleash. As the digital storm slowly settled into a steady hum of eager anticipation for their next joint project, the memory of that livestream remained etched in the collective heart of the fandom. It served as a sweet reminder that behind the flawless posters, the red carpet glamour, and the towering billboards, these stars were real people whose lives and preferences subtly intertwined in the most charming ways imaginable. Linghe's favorite food and his appreciation for rainy weather had unintentionally unlocked a new chapter in the ongoing narrative of his career and personal life, proving once again that the internet loves nothing more than a heartwarming love story unfolding in real time. The digital aftermath of the livestream continued to ripple across every major social media platform for weeks, turning a simple casual broadcast into a legendary piece of fandom lore. Media analysts and entertainment columnists wrote think pieces on how modern celebrity culture thrived on these microscopic, unscripted moments of human connection. Fans didn't just want polished, red carpet perfection, they craved the raw, authentic slips of the tongue that proved their idols were real people with synchronized lives. Zhang Linghe's effortless charm during the broadcast had inadvertently set a new gold standard for how to handle accidental internet meltdowns with absolute grace and humor. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei was miles away on the set of her own current drama production, completely insulated by an army of makeup artists and costume assistants when the news first broke. According to set insiders, when her manager finally showed her the viral video clip of Linghe talking about spicy food and rainy days, Xiwei had simply burst into a fit of bright, melodic laughter. She didn't issue a denial or a confirmation, choosing instead to lean into the playful mystery that kept both of their fan bases completely captivated. Her lighthearted reaction only fueled the fire further, as insiders leaked that she found the internet's detective work both hilarious and remarkably accurate. The coincidence of their shared preferences wasn't just a random stroke of luck, it was a testament to the deep-seated bond they had forged during months of grueling, shoulder-to-shoulder work on their historical masterpiece. When you spend 14 hours a day enduring heavy traditional costumes in the scorching summer heat and freezing winter cold, your survival instincts naturally align. They had shared countless late-night food delivery boxes between takes, sneaking spicy skewers and local delicacies behind the director's monitor while whispering about how much they needed a heavy rainstorm to cool down the set. Those hidden moments of camaraderie formed the invisible bedrock of the connection that fans had so vividly picked up on during the stream. Back in Beijing, Zhang Linghe's agency held a brief, humorous internal meeting to discuss the unexpected PR frenzy, though nobody was genuinely upset by the outcome. In the cutthroat world of the entertainment industry, organic engagement and trending topics worth millions of impressions could never be bought with standard marketing budgets. Linghe's accidental reveal had generated an astronomical amount of positive public goodwill, painting him as relatable, endearing, and comfortingly human. His manager simply advised him to maybe check his water intake and think twice before answering random chat questions about comfort food, though a knowing smirk accompanied the warning. The fandom, refusing to let the momentum die down, immediately launched a massive fan art and creative writing campaign celebrating the spicy food and rainy day aesthetic. Thousands of digital illustrations flooded platforms like Lofter and Twitter, depicting Linghe and Xiwei sharing a steaming bowl of hot pot while looking out a rain-streaked window at a cozy city skyline. Talented video editors compiled breathtaking fan fiction trailers, seamlessly splicing together footage from all of their past dramas, variety show appearances, and public interviews to create an epic cinematic romance. The creative explosion proved that the audience wasn't just consuming content, they were actively co-authoring the narrative of a modern fairy tale. Brand endorsement companies, always quick to sniff out cultural trends and high consumer engagement, immediately began brainstorming joint commercial campaigns featuring both stars. Marketing executives held emergency strategy sessions to pitch luxury lifestyle brands, premium food delivery services, and rainy weather apparel lines starring Linghe and Xiwei as a dynamic duo. The economic power of their combined fandom was undeniable, and brands knew that anything associated with their synchronized tastes would instantly sell out within seconds of dropping. The accidental livestream slip had effectively transformed them into one of the most lucrative and sought-after pairings in the entire Asian entertainment market. Despite the corporate chaos and media frenzy swirling around them, both actors maintained a cool, unbothered composure when they finally made their first public appearance together following the incident. They were scheduled to attend a major luxury brand gala in Shanghai, an event heavily guarded by security and swarming with hundreds of screaming media photographers. As Zhang Linghe stepped onto the crimson carpet in a sharp, impeccably tailored velvet suit, the flashing cameras erupted like a localized thunderstorm. He posed with his usual effortless elegance, flashing his signature grin that always sent shockwaves through the gathered crowds of devoted supporters. Minutes later, Tian Xiwei arrived wearing a breathtaking, ethereal gown that shimmered under the complex array of spotlights, radiating absolute confidence and vibrant energy. While they walked the carpet separately to respect their individual brand partnerships, backstage the atmosphere was reportedly a masterclass in relaxed, easygoing professionalism. Eyewitnesses backstage whispered that the moment their paths crossed in the VIP green room, Linghe had immediately flashed a teasing, knowing smile and offered her a spicy local snack he had kept hidden in his pocket. Xiwei had rolled her eyes playfully, accepting the offering with a sharp retort that proved their off-screen banter was as razor-sharp as ever. During the gala's main dinner event, the seating arrangements placed them at neighboring VIP tables, ensuring that every subtle glance, shared laugh, and micro-expression would be captured by long-lens cameras. Every time the overhead screens panned across the room, fans at home held their breath, analyzing whether Linghe leaned in just a fraction of an inch closer whenever Xiwei spoke. When a sudden, heavy summer downpour battered the glass roof of the grand ballroom, creating a romantic atmospheric rumble overhead, the entire room full of celebrities chuckled. At that exact moment, cameras caught Linghe turning his head toward Xiwei, catching her eye and sharing a quiet, knowing smile that set the internet ablaze in real time. Social media platforms crashed within seconds as live bloggers posted the exact screenshot of that shared glance, dubbing it the ultimate proof of their ongoing, unconfirmed romance. Netizens wrote thousands of poetic analyses dissecting the look, claiming it held the weight of 1,000 unspoken words and a shared secret known only to the two of them. Entertainment reporters rushed to draft morning headlines, capitalizing on the torrential rain outside the venue as a poetic, cinematic metaphor for the unstoppable chemistry between the rising superstars. The public narrative had officially evolved from a simple livestream slip-up into a grand, sweeping romance playing out on the national stage. As the gala came to a close and the celebrity guests filtered out into the cool, rain-washed night air of Shanghai, the magnitude of their shared journey truly began to sink in. They were two individuals riding the absolute peak of their youth and careers, navigating the blinding lights of fame while holding onto moments of genuine, grounded connection. Zhang climbed into his black van, taking